Hi everybody, I'm happy to be here today. My name is Cassie Perez. I'm from the United States, but now I teach English in Israel, and today we're talking about music and instruments. Let's get started. So, what will we do today? We're going to learn about instrument families. We will learn about different types of instruments. We will learn about music genres, then we'll do a reading activity, and the last thing we'll do today is a writing activity. So, before we can get started with class today, you need two things. You need your English notebook or a piece of paper and a pencil. I'll give you 1 minute to go get that stuff. See you soon. Okay, now that you have your English notebook or paper and a pencil, we can start. So, by the end of the lesson today, you can name different instruments, sort instruments into the different instrument families, and name different music genres. So let's do a warm-up activity. Here are the names of some famous Israeli singers. I want you to unscramble the letters to figure out who they are. You have 2 minutes, and then we'll check your answers. Okay, let's see who these famous singers are. Number 1 was Omer Adam. Number 2 was Neda. Number 3, Idan Rachel. And number 4 was Noah Kirel. Did you get them? It was a little hard, but I'm sure you did great. So, let's talk about different instrument families. There are 4 instrument families. We have the string family, the percussion family, the woodwind family, and we have the brass family. So let's look at all of the different instrument families. The first one is the string family. Strings are plucked or bowed to make a sound, and then the strings vibrate to make that sound. So we have a guitar, a harp, a cello, and a violin. Instruments that are plucked are instruments like the guitar and the harp, and instruments that are bowed are like the cello or violin. You see that long stick next to the cello and the man holding it playing the violin? That is the bow. So here is what the string family might sound like. We have a picture of an orchestra, so listen. Do you hear that? So that is what the string family sounds like, and if you like that, you can go and see an orchestra perform. Now we have our second instrument family. This is the percussion family. These instruments make a sound when they are hit, and the instrument must vibrate just like our string instruments to make a sound. Percussion instruments are instruments like drums, cymbals, the triangle, or the xylophone. So listen to the drums. This is an example of a percussion instrument. So we talked about the string family, we talked about the percussion family, now we have the woodwind family. These instruments are made of wood or of metal, and you blow air into the instrument to make a sound. So we have the oboe, the flute, or the piccolo. So you have to blow air into the instrument so they can make a sound. So listen to the oboe, and here is an example of what a woodwind instrument might sound like. So we did strings, percussion, woodwind, and now we have our last instrument family. This is the brass family. These instruments are made of brass, and like our woodwind instruments, they make a sound when you blow air into them. So we have the trumpet, the trombone, and the tuba. So this is what the trumpet sounds like. All right, so go ahead and take a picture of this screen. These are all of the instruments we talked about, or some of the instruments we talked about. We have drums, oboe, harp, trombone, flute, violin, xylophone, and tuba. So take a picture of this screen because you will need it for our next activity. I want you to sort the instruments into the correct instrument family. So if it's a string instrument, put it together. Percussion instruments, they go together. I'll see you in 2 minutes and we'll check your answers. Okay, let's see how you did sorting the instruments into the correct instrument family. So for our string instruments, we have the harp and the violin. For our percussion instruments, we have the drums and the xylophone. Our woodwind instruments are the flute and the oboe. And our brass instruments are the tuba and the trombone. Okay, so now that we've sorted our instruments, let's review them one more time because we're going to do another game with them. So again, we have drums, oboe, harp, trombone, flute, violin, xylophone, and tuba. So now I want you to name the instrument. You're going to listen to the sound and then write down the name of the instrument that you hear. Okay? Let's try one. So listen to the sound and write down the name of the instrument you hear. Got it? You hear it? Let's check your answer and see how you did. This was the harp. All right, let's do another one. So instrument number 2. Listen to the sound and write down what you hear. Okay, you think you got it? Let's check. So this was the flute. You can hear it again. This is one of my favorite instruments. Okay, let's do one more. Instrument number 3. Listen to the sound and write it down. Got it? Let's see. Our last instrument was the tuba. All right, so we talked about different instruments and we talked about their different instrument families. Now we're going to talk about some words that have to do with music. So we have a musician, that's a person who plays an instrument. We have a band, which is a group of people that sing and play instruments together. An orchestra, we have to sing, to play, to listen. When you go and see a band or a singer you like, you go see them at a concert. And if you want to be good at playing an instrument, you have to practice at home. So, fill in the blank. Read the sentence and choose the word that best fits. You have 5 minutes, so go ahead and write down the words in your English notebook, and then we'll check. Okay, let's check your answers. Number 1, if you want to be a good musician, you have to practice. Number 2, I want to learn how to play the guitar. Number 3, I bought tickets to see Omer Adams' concert. Number 4, if you like to listen to people play the violin and the cello, you should go and see the orchestra. Number 5, Tali uses a microphone when she sings. Number 6, I listen to music with headphones. Number 7, I want to make a band. You can sing and I will play the drums. And number 8, someone who plays an instrument is called a musician. So check your answers, make sure they're right. You can pause the video if you want to read it again, but we're going to keep going. So we talked about instrument families, different types of instruments, words about music, and now we have music genres, or different types of music. You have pop, rock, rap, or hip-hop. They're like the same thing. Jazz and classical music. Look at these and think about what instruments you might use for each type of music. So we'll do a reading activity. First, we'll look at the questions. When we look at the questions, you can write them down or take a picture of the screen so you remember them. Then you will read the story, and after you read the story, you'll answer the questions. So here are our questions. Number 1, what instrument does Sari play, and what instrument families are they in? Number 2, which instrument does Sari practice before school? Number 3, which genre of music does Sari like to listen to? And number 4, what did Sari's mom give her? So take a picture of the screen or pause the video to write down the questions because you'll need to have them because I'm going to give you the story. All right? So here's our story. You have 5 minutes to read the story to yourself and then answer the questions, and then I'll see you and we can check your work. Okay, so you read the story and you wrote down your answers to the questions, so let's see how you did. So number 1, Sari plays the guitar and the trombone. The guitar is in the strings family and the trombone is in the brass family. Number 2, Sari practices the guitar before school. Number 3, she likes to listen to pop music. And number 4, Sari's mom gave her tickets to a concert. So again, read over your answers, see how you did. You can go back and look at the story if you want, but we have one more activity before we are done with the lesson. Our last activity is a writing exercise. I want you to write about what your favorite type of music is. Do you like pop or rock or rap? Who is your favorite musician? Why do you like them? What is your favorite song? Have you ever been to a concert? Which concert and who did you go with? And do you play an instrument or do you want to learn how to play one? Which instrument and why? So take your English notebook or your paper and you have 10 minutes to write down those questions. After you finish, we'll wrap up the lesson and we'll be done. See you soon. Great job today. I know that was a lot of different activities, but you did them all, and now we're finished. So at the end of the lesson, you have now named different instruments, you've sorted instruments into instrument families, and named different types of music. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!